You have to tell the interviewer कि taking you in their team is gonna be beneficial for them more than it's gonna be beneficial for you. You can learn about how to swim. You can read hundreds of books how to swim. You'll get to know okay your hand movement should be like this, your leg movement should be like this. But जब तक आप पानी में कूदोगे नहीं आप स्विमिंग नहीं सीख सकते. It's just like this. The projects are like this. You can learn about theory, learn a lot of things in theory. Okay, server works like this. This is the virtual environment, है ना? But you'll not able to know the importance of these particular things until unless you are not doing any project. I ignored that mail. Then I again got a reminder at on 25th, I guess. Then I again ignored that. Then I again got the mail, received a reminder on 28th or 29th of December, I guess. Like at the very end, when I got a mail, they increased it from 55 to 60,000.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Stories of IIT MDS. Today we are joined by Aditya Mishra, a student from the IIT Madras BS program who has recently secured a software development engineer internship. Aditya's journey stands out for strong focus on project focused learning, hands-on development and building real applications. Welcome to Stories of IIT MBS Aditya. It's great to have you with us.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to meet you.
To start off, where are you joining us from right now?
I'm joining from my home. That is, I'm currently in Lucknow, so I'm joining from my home.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So, before we get into the internship, Aditya, let's rewind a bit. Can you take us back to when you first found out about the BS program? What made you enroll in it? What made it more appealing than other traditional courses at that time?
Okay, so it's actually a bit long story, but I'll try to, concise it and, present it to you. So my elder sister, she's currently, a professor, assistant professor in IIT Jammu. So when she was doing her, PhD from IIT Kharagpur, so her supervisor suggested her कि you have a brother, right? So what he's doing currently and also she told him कि he's doing BTech in computer science and all. So actually, one of the professors of the IIT Kharagpur suggested my sister कि you should, ask your brother to enroll in this degree. This degree is good, and because the curriculum of this degree, the lectures of this degree are not actually, same as NPTEL lectures because NPTEL lectures are a bit old, but the lectures for this degree are very new and up to the industry standards. So I got recommendation for this course from one of the IIT professors, and as you know, if something is coming from the professors of the IIT, you should grab it. So that is how I enrolled in this degree. And one more point, like you said, how it is different from other courses, right? So at that time, some other online short-term degree courses, the diploma courses were also present in the market. Let it be from Upgrad or Udemy or other thing. So IIT Madras is having some very good brand value. So I thought of to sticking to the brand value rather than just a modern day subject. So that is why I came into this degree.
So you mentioned that IIT professors themselves recommended this course to you. When you first started out, how were those foundation level courses for you? Were they new? Were they challenging? Did some subjects challenge you a lot, or was it an easy ride?
Mm. Okay, so actually, I have a very strong foundation in computer science, basically, Python coding from the class 11th only. Okay, so in 11th, I was having a subject as I took, computer science as my optional subject in 11th and 12th, alongside with PCM. So from that time, I was having, a good foundation in Python, like logic building, okay, when to use if, what is else, and things like that. I was not pretty much, uh, confident with the syntax, but I was aware with the computational thinking part. So, and I joined this degree when I was in the second year of my, offline degree. So I have already studied mathematics one and mathematics two as my in my offline degree. So when I joined this degree, the lectures were in purely English language, were recorded, very serious lectures. So I used to sit in front of my screen. Okay, okay, this is okay, okay, okay. So initially it was a kind of a bit challenging, but after the qualifier, like first qualifier, the things very pretty smooth and easy.
So you are in the
And the
diploma
thrill,
level right now?
yeah, yeah, I'm currently in the diploma level.
Continue.
But what I like to say, ki, the thrill which I was having, no, I'm an IITian now. I'm studying in an IIT. So that was something which kept me boosted up. Keep boosting me. Yeah, you can do it.
Yeah, I think what you said is really right. this is one of the things that keeps us going, that okay, we are studying in an IIT, you're studying an IIT course. So you said you're in the diploma level right now. Do you have a favorite course or favorite instructor so far, and why is it so?
Uh, my favorite instructor is Madhavan sir,
Okay,
the
that is a
computational
crowd
thinking.
favorite.
Madhavan. Yeah, because he used to teach us with some cards, some like he used to come up with some stationaries and some props to teach us. This card is this card is this, and all. So I really enjoyed this part. So my favorite instructor is Madhavan sir and Andrew sir for sure. The reason why I'm going for Andrew sir because Andrew sir is a kind of a faculty face for the program, right? It was really fascinating for me. Okay, I'm learning from the Andrew sir. Okay, because I know about him through NPTL also. No, he's also a face of the NPTL also. So my favorite professors are this. And about the favorite course, I love modern application development courses. I really love them because they actually tell you to how actually the web works and things like that. I'm not more of a data science student. I'm more of a programming and a software development kind of student. But I really love these MAD projects and MAD theory subjects.
But talking about MAD, one of your highlights is making projects, and from making
Yeah.
projects, gaining internships, gaining experience, gaining everything else. So, can you tell us how projects shaped your understanding of these concepts of application development, of real world problems? And did the project Vivas also play a role in improving how you explain your work to others, even in the internships?
Hmm. See, I'll break the answer for this particular question into three parts, right? So let's start with a very basic first part of this, first phase of this answer, right? See, you can learn about, how to swim. You can read hundreds of books, yeah, how to swim. You'll get to know, okay, your hand movement should be like this, your leg movement should be like this. But जब तक आप पानी में कूदोगे नहीं, आप स्विमिंग नहीं सीख सकते. It's just like this. The projects are like this. You can learn about theory, learn a lot of things in theory. Okay, server works like this. This is the virtual environment, है ना? But you're not able to know the importance of these particular things until and unless you are not doing any project. Like for example, कि आपने while learning theory, you got to know about okay, there is something like virtual environment, है ना? So at that time, students think कि okay, virtual environment होता है. Let's see, I'll know about this later. But when you actually do your project, then actually you get to know what is the importance of virtual environment. जब आप अपना प्रोजेक्ट चलाते हो और फिर आपने कोई एक दूसरी लाइब्रेरी या कुछ इंस्टॉल कर दिया और फिर आपका प्रोजेक्ट ब्रेक होता है तब यू गेट टू द ओके दैट इज व्हाई वर्चुअल एनवायरनमेंट वाज इंपॉर्टेंट so actually to get to know the importance what you are learning in theory project application like project building is really important, right? And lastly, how it helped me in in internships is previously my first internship was in a drone and a software solution startup, Atharv Tech Solutions LLP. So it's a limited liability partnership company and it's basically a drone and software solution startup. So there I was working on a smart lifebuoy project. Basically it's a kind of a boat, and I'm currently working on laser drones also. So they are the first one of the first companies in India to do this particular thing among the other Asian countries, because other than this company, China is and some European countries are working on. So it so the knowledge which I was having as by building projects is something which made my manager think okay, he's having some good knowledge about projects and he's having some experience in building big large industry level projects. That is why they gave me opportunity to be a part of something very big for the India, because I'm working on something which is very new to the India, happening in the India very first time by the company. So that is why I say the project building and learning to project is really important.
And what about the project Vivas? Do they help you face real life interviews?
My first project Viva, the level one Viva was very good. Okay, that was very easy. I told them about everything else. Okay. And then because see, I'm a guy which you know I don't cram syntaxes. Okay, I just learn them कि okay ये एक चीज होती है, अगर मैं ये चीज करूंगा तो ये चीज हो जाएगी. And whenever I need to do that particular thing, I'd go to the documentation part of that particular thing and then read it for a while and then implement in my project. So when I was having a level two vibe of MAD1 and MAD2 projects, it was like the guy was an industry expert, right? So he was very proficient in the coding and syntax parts. And when he was sitting and he gave me his introduction, right? Yeah, I'm European Viva. Yeah. So I was like, bro, now there is something which will go beyond my hands. So that was a kind of, I was, a bit afraid and like not comfortable at that particular time.
Mhm.
But as the Viva,
Progress.
proceeded and the instructor, asked me some questions, we interacted, and then everything went very smooth because I was very confident because I built those projects by my own, right? मैंने खुद से बनाया था ये था कि हाँ बनाया तो है मैंने ही बनाया है थोड़ा ऊपर नीचे हो जाएगा तो कोई बात नहीं बिकॉज दैट वाज नॉट समथिंग कॉपी पेस्ट राइट कि अरे इसका क्या मतलब है तो ये पार्ट नहीं था दैट रियली हेल्प मी टू क्लियर माय बाइवास एंड आई स्कोर्ड रियली गुड इन माय
So I think one of the most important things is even in projects, do not use external help. Just build it yourself. Whatever it is, just build it yourself, and you know the project in and out. That is the best thing.
yes like work by like create build your project chunk by chunk like divide and rule strategy we learn in data structures and algorithm so this is the same thing divide your project into smaller projects and then build them and then finally integrate them I have my like I'm in touch with a lot of seniors currently in the DS degree program. I have some seniors who are my are from my home state who are my school senior as well. Like Sarim Bhaiya hai and some other hai. I have some people in the degree who have also completed their BS degree. So for the particular project part, my senior is there. Her name is Agrima. So she told me about this particular strategy. You should divide your project and work like this. So I really learned a lot of things about project application and project building from her. So that was the strategy. Divide your project into smaller projects, implement it, and then integrate them together.
Great advice. Great advice for people looking on how to make their projects from scratch. So Aditya, let's talk about the internship itself. Okay, how did you come across this internship opportunity? What was the application process like? How did you get selected? Talk us through everything.
Okay. So I in December last week in the like around 20th December around so I was having my seventh semester end term examinations for my offline degree. So I was pretty much occupied with that thing only, right? And at that time I received an email from the HR of the company. Okay, we have went through your profile, we saw your project, we saw your resume, and we are looking for a guy who is proficient in Flask. Now,
Okay.
Flask is something which I have not worked on in my offline degree. Flask is something which I have learned in online, in BS degree only. So they said we are looking for a guy who is having good knowledge in Flask to be a part of our technical team as an SDA intern for the backend and the full stack development. So they reached out to me stating that we have saw your profile and we think you are a good fit for us. We would like to call you for an interview. And I ignored that mail. Then I again got a reminder on 25th, I guess. Then I again ignored that. Then I again got the mail, received a reminder on 28th or 29th of December, I guess. Then I was like कि देखिए क्या मेल आ रहा है खोला मैंने मेल बॉक्स एंड आई सी ब्रो इतना मतलब क्या कर रहा हूँ मैं ये because I was totally into my college exams only. Then I saw the mail and I did all the procedures जो हो सकते थे and job was description was like they were looking for him and for an a guy who can join immediately. So I was like, okay, let's say भर के देखते हैं. And I'm preparing for my gate examinations as well. So I was like कि मैं gate का पढूं कि interview का पढूं क्या करूं. But my parents was like कि दे के तो देखो. You'll get to know where you are standing currently. You should at least give it a try. So I was like, okay. So I filled that form and they said कि okay, you have interview scheduled on this date at this time. So I started, revising all my Flask concepts. I went through the all the documentations of the Flask and Django and Jinja and other things, front end, some JavaScript concepts as well. And I saw some one-shot videos on the YouTube as well. I connected to my seniors who got the best project award for MAD2 projects in MAD1 projects. So I connected with them, ki, Bhaiya, how can I do this? Other things like that. And I was already doing an internship, so I already had some experience of, like what an interview is going to be. But my first internship interview was offline interview, and that is something online interview. So then I studied everything, and then I went for the interview part. Interview was very smooth because I know that the key to the clearing interviews is your confidence.
Hmm.
ठीक है you have to tell the interviewer कि taking you in their team is gonna be beneficial for them more than it's gonna be beneficial for you भाई आपको तो वो जितना stipend मिल रहा है because it's like ना कि if a company is giving a stipend of 25,000 let's say per month है ना it means that they are earning around 1,25,000 from you. They are making you do work which is giving them 1,25,000. That is why they are giving 25,000 to you. So you are a very asset for them, not a liability. So you have to prove it. And I have a very good and strong background, experience background in theater and dramatics. So I know how to be, how to present myself in front of a lot of people, how to be confident, what to say, when not to say, dialogues, what tone should I use, and how to do this thing. So I was confident enough. First round was the coding round. Coding round was very good because I said, no, I always emphasis on building my strong foundations, right? Because I have always been a guy, who prefers to stay consistent with the and focusing on the basics. So I knew everything, and I did that particular question. During the interview, their terminal failed at a time, and I was writing the right code, but my tests were not running. But I said, leave that part, focus on what is the next question. So I jumped into that and then did that. So coding interview was good. Then comes the technical interview. They ask for some technologies and other things. So that was also very smooth because I was having basic knowledge and they were asking the basic questions. They were basically there to see कि इसको आता है कि नहीं आता है.
Are
Because
the
I'm an intern,
foundations
right?
strong or not? Yeah.
Yes, इसको आता है कि नहीं आता है. Because in whatever company you are gonna be there for internship or for the job, they are gonna, take you through a training period of around 2 to 3 months. है ना? तो उनको बस ये देखना है कि इट्स लाइक कि आप आपको एक ज्वेलरी बनानी है. तो आप अगर कोई मटेरियल लोगे तो आप देखोगे कि क्या आप इस मटेरियल कितना डक्टाइल और मेलेबल है कि मैं इसको मोल्ड कर पाऊंगा. बिकॉज बनाना तो मुझे अपने हिसाब से है ना इस आदमी को. सो दे दैट इज व्हाट दे वर डूइंग कि हाँ भाई इसको इतना नॉलेज है कि ये कर पाएगा. दे वर जजिंग ऑल दैट. एंड नेक्स्ट राउंड वाज द एचआर राउंड. In the HR round, they were, judging my skill, judging my personality, confidence, and other things and all. At that time, but not in the condition to join in the very first week of the January. So I negotiated with them. Then they thought, okay, I might be saying this because, the stipend is not that high. At that time, the stipend was around 50,000 rupees per month. And I said, no, sir, I cannot join right now because I have some other prior commitments in my previous company and all like that. So they saw that the student is, लॉयल टू देयर प्रीवियस कंपनी एज वेल. ऐसा नहीं कि आखिरी में पैसा मिला तो चला गया. So they said कि okay, we'll increase your stipend. Then they increased it to 55. Then I said no, I cannot do this. But I'm like at the very end when I got a mail, they increased it from 55 to 60,000. कि भाई
Oh, wow.
आ जाओ. So it was like this. Basically, what I'm trying to say is for the newcomers, for the new freshers, who are gonna appear in the interviews, the key to success is your confidence. If you are confident enough, then it's gonna be okay with you. ना आपको अपनी भी तो वक्त पता हो ना भाई. It's like this कि like जैसे very small example कि एक पायलट होता है और एक ऑटो वाला होता है, राइट? दोनों की इनकम में बहुत फर्क है बिकॉज यहाँ पे स्किल का गेम है. जैसे व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट कंस्ट्रक्शन, एक मिस्त्री होता है, एक मजदूर होता है, दोनों की इनकम में अलग अलग फर्क है बिकॉज हु इज डूइंग मोर स्किलफुल जॉब. So you should know कि आप में कितनी skills है and what you actually value. What is your value? So this is all about, that was all about my
So
interview.
your
And I
journey
really
is so
enjoyed it.
great, from ignoring the mail twice from the
Hmm.
HR itself
Hmm.
to getting your stipend increased and getting hired. That is a great transformation, I could say.
Hmm. Definitely.
So, you started this internship in Jan second week, around the January second week. So, what are you most excited to learn or work on during this internship? Within the first 10 or 15 days, you know what you're working on, what you're going to learn. What are you most excited for?
As of now, I'm a lot more focused on my gate examination.
Okay.
And I have clearly told about that thing to my managers as well. And they are like, okay, तुम अभी जब तक तुम्हारा पेपर नहीं होता है, you focus more on your studies. You can, we are not going to push you to work in the company as of now. So I'm not, I don't know a lot of things about the company environment and other things as of now because I'm not going to my office regularly. As I told you, I'm studying for my gate examination. But as of now, the thing which I'm really excited about is connecting with people from the different, from different domains. Because see, for me, the life is all about storytelling and connecting with people from the different parts of life, right? So I'm really excited to connect with different people. That is what I'm really excited about.
Great. Make new connections. That's what matters.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I'm
So,
really like that. Because if you'll yeah, sorry.
no, continue, continue.
Okay, so I was saying ki for me, like even if you'll come, you'll ask about my friend circle and other people. I don't have a friend circle. Just everyone is a topper or everyone is a average student or things. I have a very mixed group of friends, who are specialized in different things at the same time. So having a good friend circle is really important because it really helps you grow. It really helps to look at a particular thing from the different point of views. And for everything, I would really like to thank my friends, it's Abhijit, Aman, and there are a lot of friends there. So I really want to thank every one of them.
Great. So you have mentioned that you're preparing for your GATE exams. You're balancing diploma level right now. You're balancing your internship right now. Three to four things, and again, a dual degree. So balancing all of these isn't easy. How do you manage your time so efficiently?
Okay, so see, I'm a human, I'm not a machine, right? But I do take inspiration from CPU scheduling. When you study a subject known as operating system, there is a term known as CPU scheduling. So what happens is if you have like a lot of tasks to do simultaneously, what you do is you arrange them on the basis of their priority, right? This is my first priority, this is my second priority. So I prioritize all the tasks which I have to do simultaneously in some order. Okay, this is my first priority. Like I'm a dual degree student, right? So when I have my all offline degree exams, I prioritize the offline degree, and I put like pause on this online degree and other things. And when I have my quizzes, my end terms in IT and BS program, I take a break from my offline degree and I focus more on this particular thing. Similarly, if some pitching is there, if some important meetings are coming up on my during my internship, then I put pause on both of them and focus more on that. Right. So that is how I use the concept of CPU scheduling in my real life to divide my work on the basis of their priority and then doing them one by one. And that really helps me a lot.
So one of the concepts is CPU scheduling, where you manage to manage your time properly. You make sure that you do not lack your focus anywhere. What are some other skills that you may have picked up from the BS degree program, other from academics, that you think help you stay consistent during times that everything is clashing at once?
Okay, so putting everything aside, I'm a theater artist, right? So theater is like my passion and my escape. And I have been on stage since 3 years old. I was 3 years old. So from the age of three, I'm doing acting, theater production management, and other things and all. So what's really cool is the same energy which I used to manage theater production is what I tapped into when I was the head of the cultures department for the Paradox 2025. So when I was the head of the cultures for the Paradox, I was the only core for that particular department. There was no deputy head, and I was having a team of around 25 department members and then around I would say 100 people of the event team to to successfully execute all the cultures events in the Paradox. So at that time, I got to know a lot about about the managerial skills, the management perspectives, how we can do different things. Basically, the paradox thing of this, apart from the academics on the BS program, really gave me a dry run or a simulation of a corporate life. Right, because in the corporate life you have different department. Finance department is different. HR department is different. The same was there in the paradox also. Student relations were different. Cultures was different. Web development was different. So at that time I have to manage with the coordinate with all the other departments. Okay, I have to do this thing and all. And you cannot do everything with just a power or the force. You should have some personal connections as well, right? Let's say if one of my event goods goes down on the website, then the normal procedure is I'll send an email ki bhai this event is down, na, and all, or I can just call the head of the web oops and say ki bhai thoda dekh lena. So at that time I got to know what is the importance of having a good connections with your colleagues, with your peers, and with your seniors as well, because a lot of everybody is not going to like you. So some people are going to come up with some conspiracy against you and things like that. So that really helped me, in having some good exposure to how a corporate life would be. And during the paradox, I connected with a lot of people, like so many peoples that I'm really thankful to the IIT Madras and the Paradox team, especially the PODs, who gave me this opportunity to be the head of the culturals. Because, like, I'll give you a very quick example. Like, on the BS page itself, right? On Instagram or on LinkedIn, there are a lot of posts about internships and all, right? But, like, today only I saw that I'm having around 3,800 likes on my post, and there are around 600 shares. So that is why, like, why is it there? Because people actually know me through Paradox. कि अच्छा ये आदित्य Paradox वाला है. Getting it? So they actually know me, and then the connection which I made is actually, makes them कि oh भाई अच्छा कर रहा है. Still like करो या share करो. They are spreading it among themselves, right? So this is the love which I have, earned being a head of the cultures for the Paradox, and I'm really thankful for this to the degree.
Yeah, I think will it be right to say that apart from academics, the student activities that IIT Madras BS runs, they help you make new friends, new peers, new connections, and they also teach you so many interpersonal skills like talking to people, like you said, connecting to your seniors, connecting to your colleagues, making connections, learning about leadership, like you were the cultural score. You learned about leadership, how to manage people, how to manage some unruly people, how to cooperate with people. I think this is one of the great things about the VS degree, that they also teach you academics, but they also, while being in a flexible mode of learning, they also teach you how to make friends and how to stay connected to people, right?
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is like कि even in the off like what happens in the offline colleges is कि students are really very much connected with the professors. So in the what happens in the offline colleges, if some fest is coming on or some event is gonna be there, so the people who have good connections with the professor easily get a chance to be an organizer and explore all these opportunities. But what's really good in BS degree is there is an equal opportunity for everyone. They're gonna release forms for being an organizer. You apply there, give interview and everything else, and then you come up as a part of one of the teams, and then you work together. You get to know a lot of different people from your city, from different city. Then you come to the Paradox, you stay together, you hang out together, and you make good memories and things like that. See, it's basically like uh, if my friends are growing, right? If my friends are at good positions, it is definitely gonna help me, right? Because I'm having some connection, I'm having some you know some resources over like, at some good places. It really helps a lot. Like I definitely prefer whoever comes to me and say ki bhaiya I'm a standalone student with this degree. So I tell them ki bhai definitely try to be a part of the Paradox or or some offline degree, offline fest as.
Great. So a lot of students must be watching this who are at the foundation level or diploma level or looking to join the program. What's one advice that you should give them, that what should they focus on studies? What subject should they focus on if they want to get strong technical role internships?
Okay, what I'll say is trust the process. It is really important. Trust the process. Like see, for the foundation students, right? If you are joining this degree, if you are thinking to join this degree, now, so you have at least a 4 years to, decide like where you want to go, in which domain you want to go. So you have a very long time to explore where you actually want to go. And don't just go behind, no, don't just chase a particular technology just because there is a lot of money in that particular thing, right? At a time it was like कि CS कर लो लाखों का पैकेज लगेगा CS कर लो लाखों का पैकेज लगेगा but currently even in this after doing a very good after having good marks in CS people are saying my jobs नहीं so don't go out for something just for the sake of money go for the interest right if you are having interest in particular thing you are going to learn it out of the books as well भाई मेरा इंटरेस्ट है तो बुक से मेरा मन भर गया अब मैं अदर रिसोर्सेज से भी पढ़ूंगा ट्राई आउट करूंगा एंड डेफिनेटली कम अप विद समथिंग गुड जो बाकी बच्चों से अच्छा होऊंगा मैं because others have only studied the book and I have studied from the multiple resources so I have better knowledge which will ultimately land me at some good positions right so for the foundation students you have enough time explore different domains possible and try in every domain and it's like test trial and test and trial type ka so whatever suits you, go with that thing. Be confident. And one most important thing is focus on your health. Let it be mental health or any kind of health. Because if you are not healthy, you cannot study, you cannot play, you cannot hang around over here and there. So the most important thing is focus on your studies. and never ever take, pressure about anything. I take like Kamakoti sir is like inspiration for me because I saw his one of the interview in which he said ki I was not able to crack IIT for my undergraduation, but now I'm the director of the IIT Madras. He received Padma Shri, right? So it's a really very motivating. And I'm telling about this, I'm having goosebumps, right? So it's like this. अगर आप कहीं पे fail हो रहे हो, it not means कि वहीं पे सब खत्म है. Maybe the universe is trying to tell you कि this path is not that much good for you. Try this path. So trust the process. That's it. And always try to keep your parents happy. Need their blessings. I don't know ki the people who will be watching this will be atheist or the theist. But the thing is, always try to make your parents happy. Their blessings are ultimate. Ultimate referral for any kind of thing.
Yeah, I think if we have well wishers on our side, then nothing is impossible.
Yeah, definitely. Because if you don't have well wishers and you land at some particular position, right? Then if you don't have well wishers, your peers, your seniors or junior will try to remove you from that particular position, right? Like it is in the real world in academics in everywhere. Even if you are a politician, you should have some support with the MLAs with you. Otherwise, they are gonna break from your party and go support and some other guy. So it's like have blessings because होता है ना कि मेडिकल साइंस इज वेरी गुड बट जब मेडिकल साइंस के भी हाथ से चीजें निकल जाती हैं तो कहता है भगवान ही को बचा सकते हैं तो वही है विशेस आर रियली इम्पोर्टेंट तो ऑलवेज ट्राई टू बी अ गुड गाय एंड टेक ब्लेसिंग्स फ्रॉम योर पेरेंट्स
That's great advice. That's really great advice for everybody watching, not just students, but everybody himself. So Aditya, just as a last closing note, uh, where do you see yourself continuing in full stack development or going into some other technical roles, looking for some other internships? What does your future journey look like, and how do you think BS will help you in that?
Okay, so BS have helped me, in highlighting me at a lot of points, right? Whenever I applied for any job or for the internship, let it be a campus drive in my offline college, it made me stand out of other people. Because whatever, like my college students, like I have a class of let's say 40 students. So from the class of 40, only I am there who is doing this dual degree. So whenever a recruiter sees our resume, they are like, okay, 39 students are doing only BTech, and one student is doing BTech and BS both, and that too from the IIT. So two things come to their mind. First, if he's a part of an IIT, then he's definitely a good guy with some, academically because he's a part of an IIT. Second is he's actually, managing two things simultaneously. That means he's very good at time management and skill management. And definitely if he's studying two things simultaneously, he'll be having better knowledge as compared to the people, who are doing only one particular degree. Okay. So BS have helped me a lot. Secondly, in the near future, I'm not done with the studies as of now. I really want to study more. I want to do my masters, maybe from an IIT or some foreign institutions only. And I'm focusing on, on going with my masters as of now as well. And regarding the domain, software development is something, which gives me the freedom to, create projects on industry level, to do industry level stuff. ना I don't like being micromanaged. I would like to be a free bird कि भाई मुझे करना है मुझे बता दो I'll do it in my own. But I'll respect your decisions as well because I'm a team guy. So yeah, that was about all this. And secondly, I'm like I told you, like I'm very much fascinated with the theater stuff, drama stuff, and all. So I have my dad is a theater artist and a film actor. So he is performing a lot of film serials and all. He's having his own theater group with which I'm also working from a very long time. So in the near future, I see myself as a part of the theater and the drama stuff as well. To bring the actual Indian drama, the Uttar Pradesh drama skills on the stage. So these are my future plans. And also, I'm a bit oriented toward research point of view as well. I'm co-authoring some of the research papers as well. So let's see where things takes me. It's all about managing my tech life with creative life, and hopefully make something useful along with.
That's great, Aditya. Thank you for sharing your journey with us from learning from IIT Madras BS projects on MAD1, MAD2 projects, and then gaining an internship, preparing for exams, bringing out your creative side, balancing everything at once. I loved your journey and your insights, your perspective on everything, and your advices too. We wish you all the very best for your upcoming internship and all your future endeavors. Thank you so much, Aditya. It was lovely having you here.
Okay, so before ending this particular session, I would like to say a few words to the to the students out there. See, I basically want to say that nobody should think to land to be to earn good money you should be very academically qualified. Like if I tell you about my academic journey, I was a very good like initially when I was in nursery and KG, I was not I was not at all interested in studying. Okay, I was all the time, interested in playing games. But my mom and dad made me sit and write A, B, C, D, and all these things. Then from the first and second class up to the class seventh or eighth, I was a very good student, very bright student. I was always the topper of the class. Then in eighth and ninth, I was the curriculum changed, the patterns changed, and new things came up. So at that time, I was not very good at the academics point of view. Then in class 10th, my parents said कि भाई 10th में अगर अच्छे percentage आ गए तो life set. So I said, okay, study for the 10th examinations. And then I, gave my best. I was consistent all the time. Whenever I studied. So fortunately, I scored 96.4 percentages in my 10th board side. Then in 11th and 12th, everyone said कि भाई I 12th में अच्छे marks आ गए तो life set है. So I said, okay, पढ़ लेते हैं. Then I studied for the 12th and fortunately मेरे 12th में भी 10th के जितने percentages आए, that is 96.4%. I was the district merit holder. Then I prepared for the JEE exam. In my first attempt, it was a failure for me. I was not able to, get a good rank to be in a good institution. Then I took a drop, and then the drop year, I was able to, get into my offline college, Gautam Buddha University. It's a state university, in Delhi NCR. So I got an admission to this. Then during my graduation years, I was never the topper. I was having only 8, 8.5 CGPA, sometimes 7 as well. There were other people who were the topper in my institution, right? But at the last, what I'm trying to say is it is never gonna be, you are always gonna climb up the ladder or you are not going on a graph like this. There's gonna be a lot of ups and down, ups and down, ups and down. The thing is you have to trust the process. You have to trust the thing that you have put, ki you have done a lot with you, you have done a lot of work on you. Someday it's gonna, shine. Apna time aayega. So that is something which you have to keep in mind. So never ever get, demotivated with your failures. Always learn from them and keep one thing in mind. If nobody is gonna be happy with you, if nobody is gonna be there for you for anything, your parents are there. That-
That's some really great advice. Thank you so much, Aditya, for joining
Okay.
us. Thank you.